My ongoing journey into the world of lost media has resulted in me stumbling across a very rare collection of video games. Not just any video games though, it was a collection of games that were once thought lost, but have subsequently been found by the lost media community. In this video, we're going to be embarking on a journey through these hidden worlds, so sit back and relax as we take a step into the past. Back in the day, many family-friendly DVDs had little mini-games in their bonus features section. Now a thing of the past, these games have been lost and forgotten. However, a member of the lost media community was able to find the minigame for a movie called Eightlegged Freaks that released in 2002. So without further ado, let's jump into it. On startup, the game threw me straight into the main menu. After attacking my ears with what is probably a voice line from the movie,
"Get back, you eight-legged freaks!"
I had a little look at how to play and got straight to it. All my years of playing Counter-Strike could not have prepared me for how high the sensitivity was in this game, but we powered through the struggle. Armed with a crossbow, I ventured my way into this very liminal shopping centre. The aesthetic of this game was pretty cool. Even though I've obviously never played it before, it made me think back to a time period in which I had no worries or responsibilities, and could just play these games on the family computer, hoping that my dad wouldn't burst in to check whether or not I'm actually doing my homework. Even though this game was made for the bonus section of a movie released in 2002, it was really well made. Simple but very effective. I'm guessing the massacre of these spiders feels a lot better when you've actually watched the movie, but nevertheless, for what it is, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 stars. Staying in the same year, in 2002, 3D Groove released a game designed around Grimace, the embodiment of a milkshake. The main goal of the game was to run around and collect all the milkshakes to advance to the next level. I gotta say, I was definitely not high enough for this. The trippy visuals, bright colours and repetitive background music meant that the further I journeyed into this game, the more it melted my mind. All of this paired with the
Strawberry!
sound that would play every time you collected a milkshake nearly sent me over the edge. All jokes aside though, just like the one before, this game was actually really well made. The green colour scheme and the purple hue of the main character reminded me of the old Spyro games I used to play as a kid. For what it is, the game isn't the most repetitive game I've ever played. Obviously, apart from the
Strawberry!
I had a lot of fun jumping around the levels, which sometimes were actually pretty challenging. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this game 4 stars. The only reason it's not 5 is because of the
Strawberry!
that sent me into an episode of insanity. I couldn't actually find much information anywhere on the internet about this game. However, it can be said for sure that M&M's definitely, wrong M&M. M&M's definitely had something to do with it. The game's layout has similarities to the likes of Pac-Man, however, played on more of a 3D looking plane. Instead of ghosts hunting you down, it's the authorities. Welcome to the real world. Anyway, the gameplay is very fast and one wrong move will result in you losing a life. I actually played this game on medium difficulty and struggled quite a bit. Once those authorities catch you, there's no mercy. Once again, I'm not too sure when this game was released, but it for sure wasn't recently. The graphics are pretty good, but the controls are kinda janky. I'm gonna go ahead and give this game 2 stars just cause it's pretty basic and boring. Sorry M&M. With this game, the Groove Alliance strikes again. But instead of a game about shooting spiders, they branched out into the world of NASCAR. This lost game is a racing game with you and 3 other computer-controlled cars. The track is pretty simple, but that doesn't take away from the fun. Just like the other games, this too doesn't have a whole lot of information on it, so we have to take what we've been given. This game kinda reminds me of those Flash games I used to play on Miniclip before the Adobe apocalypse, and it's pretty challenging. The hitboxes of the other cars on the track make it virtually impossible to overtake them. However, once you finally manage to leave them in your dust, then the rest of the race is a breeze. My rating for this game is 4 stars. For what it is, the first playthrough is really enjoyable. However, if you aren't much of a speedrunner, then there isn't much point going round and round on this track, over and over again. Just before I get into this game, I'm gonna give a heads up. The following minute or two is going to involve some hectic imagery. So if this stuff makes you feel queasy, then I recommend you skip ahead to the next game. I'm pretty sure this game was not running properly, or if it was, the controls and the game speed were horrendous. Anyway, now that's out of the way, I can say that the idea behind the game is pretty cool. Surfing around on a massive sea of chocolate milk whilst loading my backpack up with extra chocky wocky is something that I can only dream of. I can see how this game could have been quite fun if it was running properly. However, based on my gaming experience today, I'm gonna have to give it 1 star. Sorry Nesquik, you're better mixed in with a glass of milk.
Ride hard, horsey.
Continuing on with the same theme of branded games, Pringles smashed into the scene with their game Pony Express. You are given control of the main character, which happens to be that guy you see on the front of every Pringles can. The aim is to ride this horse to the finish line, all whilst avoiding falling boulders, obstacles, and collecting as many shiny, floaty things that are dotted around the level as possible. The controls are kinda janky, but that doesn't take away from the fun as this game is super fast paced. The guy on the horse will not shut up, which I found pretty funny. And the boulders that fall from the sky hang on the border of being a jump scare. I'm gonna give this game 5 stars. It is everything you need in a mini computer game, in order to have some fun. Once again, Pringles is coming in hot with another edition of their brand related games. This time in the form of a boxing game. Not too dissimilar to the likes of Ybxrds Boxing, it places you up against multiple opponents. The aim is to knock them out before they can do the same to you. Each opponent is an opportunity to rack up some points, and I'm guessing the main aim of the game is to rack up as many points as possible. This one was also pretty fun. You gotta give it to them, Pringles know how to make a minigame. I'll give this one a 5-star rating too. On the borderline of an open world game, RC Stunt Machine really surprised me. There's not much history or anything on the internet about this game, but playing it myself I had a lot of fun. The house was big and you could switch between characters with the spacebar whenever you wanted. The aim was to collect all the batteries that were scattered around the house. I didn't have time to complete the challenge, however I enjoyed myself leaping off the ramps and counters. I think I'll give this game 5 stars too. This has probably been one of my favourites that I've touched on today. That's gonna be it for this video. There are loads of these games that I would have loved to dive into, but I didn't want the video to drag on forever. If you enjoyed the video then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.